sister cousins, welcome to my channel. I'm Lady C and I'm here to tell you how I feel. Like and subscribe if you're new and run it up in the comments. Let me know you stopped by. Now, dear beloveds, we are gathered here today to talk about Interview with a Vampire Season 1, Episode 3.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so today's episode is titled, Is My Very Nature That of the Devil? So we start this episode once again whining Louis about what he wants to be, what kind of vampire he wants to be. Does he want to make the world a better place with vamps? I don't know, girl, but he just knows he wants to be absolutely nothing like Lestat, right? Lestat is just trying to make this man happy. Like, girl, what you want to do, girl? I'm trying to appease everything you want to do and you just not satisfied. He decides that he wants to remix and remaster being a vampire with a little vigilante on the side, and he wants to rid the world of all the crooks and criminals. Lestat is like, all right, I could follow along with that. Let's try it. And is it working? Absolutely not, because he's still playing with Lestat's emotions. So he decides to go ahead and eat a little cat on the side. So the cat's out the bag, girl. Louis prefers animals over humans, and girl, it is getting in between Lestat and Louis' relationship. So Lestat starts to focus his attention on the new singer from Atlanta, Miss Antoinette Brown. I'm not sure about you, but girl, every single time Lestat doesn't get his way, I feel like he likes to cut up and act out, right? So he gets to mocking the band and he starts to kind of haggle them. And girl, he gets to playing a show tune and then he kind of does a little switch up and he's jamming and vibing with the crowd and jamming and vibing with the band. And then Daniel is like, hold up. First of all, you mean to tell me that he wrote this old song that was super famous back in the day? He was like, you mean to tell me that he did that? And he was like, yeah, I mean, I can't confirm or deny it, but, I think so. Daniel was like, cut the music. Girl, what? This is not lining up, girl. 50 years ago, you had a whole different type of vibe about you, girl. You was like, girl, F Lestat, I ain't fooling with Lestat, girl. Him, that. Now today it's like, ooh, girl, I was so in love. Like, I don't know what I would have done without him. Like, girl, he was my everything. And Daniel was like, girl, like, it ain't matching, girl. And so Louis was like, I mean, girl, I'm not mad no more. I don't know what to tell you. So, you gonna write or what? So now, girl, back down to the crib, we have Lestat and Miss Antoinette Brown, his little kitten on the side, girl, disrespecting the absolute out of Louis. And I'm like, girl, Louis, is you okay? You just gonna sit there and let them do all of that in front of you? I mean, I know, that's your man and everything, and you love him, but girl, child, I could never. So Louis decides, you know what, I can't take this no more. I'm about to leave and, go get something to eat. And so he goes out and gets something to eat. And then, girl, he comes back and the fire is going because he's thinking that he done barbecued Miss Antoinette. And, girl, no, he didn't barbecue Miss Mama's girl. He got a little love connection going on with her. So he was like, well, girl, I didn't do it. But, every now and again, I like to get, my little thing on the side. And so Louis was like, well, girl, am I not enough? And girl, if the disrespect wasn't enough, girl, he took it all the way to hell and was like, laugh right in that man's face. Like, girl, let me tell you something. If I ever get deep with you and I'm pouring my heart out and you laugh at me, girl, I am going to crash the out. Do you hear me? Now we down to one of the houses and girl, they're having a little poker game per usual. And girl, Mr. Flintwick is still running his mouth. He always got something smart to say. And Louis is trying to figure out what the new rules are with all of the segregation and everything happening down in New Orleans. And girl, they are just shucking and jiving, giving him all kind of excuses on what they doing now. And it's really just, let's get over on Louis. And they really feel some type of way because he done went and capitalized and started making more money than everybody. And of course, who wants them to make more money than them? But then, girl, Louis gets a visitor from Jonah, an old friend. He's in the military and he's coming in for a few days. And girl, they decide to catch up. And in the corner, you have Lestat just as creepy, gazing, trying to see what's going on, listening to the conversation, ear hustling. Girl, got a whole woman in his face and girl, still jealous. And girl, they decide that, you know what, let's take this party to the bayou real quick. Oh, I forgot to add that Louis and Lestat had came with this little agreement that they're going to give each other hall passes so they can get a little piece of candy on the side as long as it don't interfere with their relationship. So Jonah and Louis are catching up down in the bayou, right? And so, girl, Louis decided that that's going to be the one to get his little piece of candy, right? And give his little hall pass. He gets home and he sees some muddy boots in the corner. And he was like, I know this little heifer wasn't out here following me. But he couldn't say nothing or react at the moment. So he was like, well, girl, let me see how this plays out, right? But then Daniel interrupts like, well, girl, was it raining outside? Because you said that his boots were muddy and you said that y'all was walking in mud. And he was like, oh, girl, I don't remember. And he was like, well, girl, that's your problem, girl. You can't never get your story straight. You know what I'm saying? And so Louis was like, listen, girl, give me my moment, okay? You had a moment in your own book about the Odyssey of Recollection. Like, girl, let me live. And so Daniel was like, touche, you right. I'm going to let you make it. Girl, I don't know if I said the Odyssey of Recollection or the Odyssey of Reflection, but you know what I'm trying to say, all right? So meanwhile, this whole time that Louis is sharing his life story with Daniel, Rashid is over there in the corner ear hustling. He's like, girl, you are lingering, girl. See your way out of this conversation, girl. And so Rashid was like, my bad, girl. Let me go ahead and make myself scarce. Back to the story. Louis pops up down to the family home bearing gifts for the twins. And girl, mama was not having it. She was like, girl, first of all, we ain't seen you in months. Second of all, you wasn't invited. And third of all, you ain't welcome here no more. And Louis was like, girl, first of all, I don't need an invitation. Second of all, I ain't here to see you. And third, I'm here to see my nieces. And girl, she was like, yeah, the devil walks at night. And he was like, what did you just say to me? And she was like, girl, you heard what I said?
I said what I said. Okay, well, what you said was some bullshit.
And he was like, girl, I'm not finna let you kill my vibe. Where are my nieces at? Go get my nieces. And so here comes the brother-in-law trying to play like he finna regulate. And I'm like, boy, if you don't move out the way before he breaks you in half, girl. So he tries to stand in the way, and Louis ended up kicking in the door and scaring everybody half to death, including the kids. And so now, here come the mama. See, I told y'all something was wrong with him. And girl, Grace goes on ahead and asks him to leave. And now he's heartbroken because now he done shook the table and, you know, scared the kids half to death. So now Louis is heartbroken after everything just took place down to his family home. And when he goes to his own crib, what is he met with as soon as he hits the door? A bunch of random strays from the military, girl. It is chaos and craziness happening in that house. And Lestat is at the center of it, cutting up and carrying on, right? And so Louis was like, what is going on? Who is all these people?
Who this woman?
And Lestat was like, well, girl, here go your pink slip that they left you at the door, girl. They about to put you out your place. And Lestat was like, well, girl, I thought you like a little army man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you was on before. And so Louis was like, girl, you jealous? And he was like, I mean, yeah, I'm jealous. I don't like sharing. And I'm like, Lestat, you greedy, mangy motherfucker, you can't be acting like that, girl. And so now Louis was like, well, listen, girl, now ain't a good time. Tell these folks to get on up out of here. And in a second, girl, Lestat did something with his mind, and he made everybody leave just in an instant. And so after everybody cleared the house, Louis and Lestat had a little bit of a heart-to-heart, and it turns out that, yes, Lestat was following behind Louis and Jonah. And so many hurt feelings came out, girl, because now Louis is just going off. He's like, listen, girl, that's why we ain't gonna never work. That's why you gonna be alone for the rest of your life. You done took everything from me. My last little piece of humanity I had left was in that club, and I have absolutely nothing left. And so Lestat was like, well, damn, I thought you had me, but I guess. And I'm like, ooh, girl, now he used his words against him. It was just like a little hurtful conversation, and Louis probably meant it, but he probably didn't mean it. You know how that go. So Tom, Mr. Fenwick, Louis, and Lestat meet up down at the office. and they're pretty much trying to offer pennies on the dollar for the azalea. And girl, Louis is not having it. They obviously don't come to a good agreement, and Lestat tells him, like, listen, girl, you don't need this business. Like, what are you doing this for? And Louis was like, well, listen, girl, it's about the principle at this point. Louis starts crashing out because he's hungry, for one, so he's hangry. And two, he's not feeling the injustice that's happening to not only him, but to the people around him, right? And so, girl, he gets to crashing out, and finally it comes to a head. Mind you, this whole time, he's thinking to himself what his mother said to him, calling him the devil. And he was like, well, listen, girl, I'm about to be on demon time tonight. He shows up down to Mr. Fenwick's house, and girl, Mr. Fenwick decides that this is a great time to finish airing out all of his grievances that he has with the fact that Louis exists. And so he tells him, girl, you are just a little man flying too close to the sun, and I am the sun. And before he could finish his sentence, girl, Louis ripped him apart. Do you hear me? Girl, he ripped him apart so bad, and he was like, well, girl, what are you? And he was like, for the first time, he finally admitted, I'm a vampire.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And girl, we show up down to the square, and girl, we have unalived Mr. Fenwick, girl. And of course, a whole riot ensued after that, right? And so the riots get started, and they setting fires to all of the black businesses and everything. And girl, Louis was like, oh girl, this is ghetto. Like, I didn't mean to do all of this. Like, did I do that? So finally, girl, he's trying to put out all the fires, the fire that he ironically started. He's trying to help, but he obviously can't help because it's just too far gone at this point, right? But he hears this little voice call for help, and girl, who is it? Claudia. And so, girl, now we end this episode, and we look forward to the next episode. Girl, what did I think about this episode? The first and the last time I saw it, girl, I am irritated. Louis is starting to turn into what we call a pick-me. Okay, I gotta make this quick because my phone just ran out of memory. So, girl, I just wanted to go ahead and tell you, what did I think about the episode? Girl, I think it's wonderful. But let me go ahead and say this. Lestat, baby, you are extremely toxic, and you're a dick. And Louis, you are equally as toxic and a pick-me. And this is just a recipe for a very disastrous, diabolical relationship. And I'm here for it, girl. Strap me in, girl, because I'm here for the ride. So go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you are really about that life. And leave me a few comments, girl. But let me hurry up and wrap this up because, girl, I got to go. I'll call y'all back later. Bye.